Jack Leo, and I just put Mike Griffith back in. So let's go to Dasher second.
Yeah, Coach, I know y'all did a lot of things well today. I know the final score wasn't what you wanted to be, but I wanted to ask you though, when you have guys who have been consistent scores for you, like Jabri and Noah, and they don't have the best nights, how difficult does that make for your team?
It's not about those two guys not playing their A game. We've got to be better in other areas that are easier to control. That's going to continue to be my message to our guys, Dash. You're going to have nights where you shoot it well, and you're going to have nights where you don't shoot it well. Arkansas did a good job defending those two guys. We had other guys step up offensively. I thought Silas and Justin were really good. Our live ball turnovers hurt us, 21 points off of turnovers. Our foul discipline hurt us. That said, we did a lot of really good things. I loved our effort. I loved the way that we continue to fight back in the second half, give ourselves a chance down the stretch. That's step one in winning on the road in the SEC, and we did that, and we had a chance. But ask a lot of coaches out there, winning in Bud Walton is very difficult.
Just real quick follow-up on Dylan James real quick. He came and had a pretty good game today.
Yeah. Getting better and better. He's earned it. He's earned opportunities to play. Again, we've just got so much parity in our front line. It's just you try to give guys opportunities based on how they practice. And unfortunately, when he's out there, it means another guy's not out there, or it means it might be another front court player who's playing a few less minutes than he would like. But that said, it's about producing when you're out there, and he continues to get better. His attitude's been incredible all year. He goes and gets 7 on the road, got his hands on basketballs in our zone, was long, was active. He's going to be a good player.
I'm just curious, what was working for you guys there defensively when you started to shut them down, started to claw back into things? What was the change you guys made?
We got some stops off of our 1-3-1. I thought was really good. It just slowed them down a little bit. They're such a high-powered offense, and they've got several guys that can pass, dribble, shoot, space you, make plays off the bounce. And I thought that potentially it could decrease our fouling amount. And they stepped on the sideline a couple times for us. Of course, it wasn't great. There's even things, with our 1-3-1, with our zone that we'll try to clean up moving forward. But it gave us a chance, our guys' activity in it, and they missed some for us, of course, but they made the plays down the stretch that they needed to. I thought the pass, I don't know who made it, but Mitchell finished it. I had a great angle on it, from the left slot near half court to the rim. Chua got a fingertip on it, and if we got a little bit more than a fingertip on it, it could have changed the outcome of the game. But it was a great pass, great finish, and credit Arkansas for holding on.
Go to Jordan Hill and then Mike Griffith.
Mike, this was another game where Arkansas had a lot of success scoring in the paint, 42 points, and several of those buckets late. Just, are there recurring issues you're seeing as far as this team's, the way you guys defend the paint?
Yeah, all year. It's been a huge deficiency of ours all year. We don't alter many shots. We don't block many shots. And that's why our margin for error defensively on the perimeter is pretty slim. We talked about it all year. Our gap discipline, our activity on the ball, our tracing of the ball, our closeouts, our gambling or lack thereof. We've just got to be really disciplined because mistakes can be loud for us. Mistakes can often end up at point-blank layups. And for instance, Arkansas, we probably had 4 or 5 right there in the second half where we got guards going to the rim where you feel like, they've got an angle and it might be an easy one, and it's not an easy one. Their closing speed and length and athleticism on the ball, you could see it, and you just got to continue working on it. And it goes hand in hand with our 2-point rim percentage deficiencies offensively. We'll keep working on it. We do stuff every day to work on it. And, it's easier to think you're getting better at it in the non-conference, but when one after another SEC, tall, long, big, strong opponent comes at you, with intensity, and especially on the road, it often shows up.
Mike, I want to ask about some personnel. That I noticed the plus minus in the first half. I know I'm kind of zooming in on one stat here, but
Mhm.
I think Silas was +8, and I think
Yeah.
Blue was even. I think everybody else was negative. So I guess a two-part question. I want to ask you about those freshmen coming in and giving you those positive plus minus minutes in the first half, and then two, I guess I'm just, RJ scores 35 in one game, and it just seems to
Yep.
be such a non-factor, such an outlier game from a guy that looks so talented. If you could put that into some perspective.
Yeah, I mean, freshmen are playing really well. Love our freshman guards. Blue continues to get better. Dylan James, we talked about already. Silas was probably as productive as we evaluate the film. That will be my guess as anyone on our team today. He was really good. And you're starting to take that for granted late in the season, and you got to remind yourself this guy's a true freshman. But to come in here and get 19, 3 assists, 1 turnover against that pressure that just continues to come at you with speed and depth is really impressive. RJ Melendez, we'll continue to give him a ton of opportunity. He's also fighting a couple other guys, at his couple spots that he competes for minutes with. When guys are out there and they're playing really well and they're producing, even if they're missing shots, I have no problems with that. For instance, I thought Jabri played really, really hard. I thought he was really active at the top of our 1-3-1. I thought he was flying around. Wasn't his night shooting the ball, but that's going to happen. But other guys, we'll continue to challenge other guys to control what you can control, be the best defender you can be, go to the offensive glass, and find other ways to contribute to winning.
Go to Hank Tatum, the red and black.
Coach, you got a week now to get right against the Florida team that just beat Auburn today. What do you do this week to make sure you try and get back into the win column on Saturday?
Well, we'll have to play as well as we've played all year, the way they're playing. I was watching it in the coach's locker room before I walked out. That happened to be the game on TV, and I know it was a big lead. I don't know what the final was as our game was tipping. We've got to regroup. I mean, just throw a cliche at you. I mean, unfortunately we're off tomorrow. The NCAA mandates you take a day off. I just soon tip it up tomorrow because we'll have all of our corrections of this game, everything clipped up. Heck, by the time we land, and we'll sit around all day tomorrow waiting on practice for Monday. And we'll probably do some talking, do some film work, try to be creative within the week of maybe an additional day off. Unfortunately, again, because we don't play till Saturday, but we'll have to play really well. I'm sure there's not much that they're going to do differently, than they did today than they'll do midweek. I don't know how much we can change. Just try to get better at what we do. Excuse me. Try to shoot it better, pass it better, defend better. Foul discipline's got to be better. Live ball turnovers got to be better. As we again play a team that's going to go to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, we've got a couple local reporters here, guys. If you guys want to ask a question, if you give us name and affiliation, just
I'm working with the ADG, Democratic. The 1-3-1, how much did you use it during the year? And
Yeah.
did you have it like in your back pocket, like maybe you thought you could throw them off a little with it the way you did?
Yeah, we're hopeful. We're optimistic that it could change the outcome of the game. We hadn't done it much all year. We did it a little bit in Starkville. Stole some possessions there. I'm not a big zone guy, but when you're struggling to defend, I didn't anticipate having to zone with this team. Early in the season, our defensive numbers were really good. And the SEC has exposed us a little bit. And so it's something that we've spent a lot of time on in the last week, just the last week in practices. Thought our guys did a really good job. But I thought, although I thought it slowed the Hogs a little bit, but I thought down the stretch they made a couple really big plays against it.
Looks like Justin was mad at himself for making the third free throw with y'all trying to miss there and getting something out.
Yeah. I don't get mad at guys when they when they miss them, but I'm gonna be mad at him for making that one by accident. Yeah, part of it. But I thought Justin was really good, played really hard and had a good game. Anything else?
Yeah, Christina Long from Sports.com. Just, I heard you say on your radio that, you felt like Arkansas did what they had to do to win down the stretch.
Yeah.
What exactly did you see them do that put them in that position?
They created a couple turnovers down the stretch. Their hand activity on the basketball wasn't and always as good. And again, their execution versus the zone, I thought, again, I point out that pinpoint pass to Mitchell right at the rim to finish, converted at the foul line. I don't know. I know they missed a few for us. They also made a couple, I guess, when they needed to. So, it's hard to win on the road in this league, and Arkansas, credit those guys, and it's a great environment as it always is. So we got to get back to work.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, of course.
See you much. I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Order anything.
I think